Fly Guy in the building. This your boy Fly Guy, and welcome back to the second episode, Chronicles of FlyGuy. Today we're going to talk about excuses. We all have them. Excuses are like, as they say, we all have one. We all have one. Well, let me tell you something. Sometimes excuses they can be valid, but it's still an excuse. What I've learned over this time that I've been, thinking about this today is that you're going to make time for who you want to make time for and what you want to make time for. If you say you don't have the time, it's not necessarily because you don't have the time. It's because you haven't made the time, and it's an excuse. Now, if you legitimately just can't get it done, you have your children, you have work and everything else, it can be time consuming, and you say, I don't have time to do that. But if you really, really want to do something, such as me, for instance, I love to go to jiu-jitsu, I love to go to training and everything else, so I have to make time for that. Well, like I've been told before, you think about your schedule, Fly Guy, and you don't really think about anybody else's schedule, and that's true. I've been by myself for quite some time. So when it comes to having to deal with other people and considering their time, I have to drop the excuses that I have. Oh, well, I got to do this and I got to get over there. And I have to make time instead of excuses. The point of this video is to tell you, don't make excuses, make time. If you want to do something, you're going to do it. And on top of that, if you really care about the person or whatever that thing or particular thing is, make sure that you're not just considering yourself and you're considering the other person or people and you're considering their time and not making excuses. Well, we don't have time to go do that because I want to do this. So if I want to go to a jiu-jitsu tournament, but I have a friend that wants to go to, the zoo, I have to pick between the two. And if I've already had a tournament the month before, I can make time to go to the zoo. There's things you have to do, you have to consider when you make excuses. Do you want to do it? Or are you making an excuse so you don't have to do it? Because that's also an excuse. You can't say, and then you can't use past relationships. Fellas, listen to this. Don't use your past relationships as a scapegoat. Oh, I do this because my last relationship went this way. Don't do that. Ladies, same thing. Don't say you do something because of a past relationship. Get through that part of your life, then consider being with somebody else, because you can't hold somebody else hostage for what somebody else did to you. That is say it with me, excuse. Don't use excuses for your behavior in the next relationship. Learn to get through it and then go on with your life. Because if you take it into another relationship, I'm letting you know right now, your partner will not appreciate that and they will leave. Point blank, period. Simple. If you come over here talking to me like you lost your damn mind because your last partner talked to you like that, and that's how y'all communicate, and I tell you, I don't like that, don't talk to me like that. Oh, that's how I talk to my last partner, and that's why I do that. That's an excuse to talk the way you talk. And don't say, oh, I learned that from my parents. That also is an excuse. Learn yourself. Learn your downfalls, and then go on about your business. Because if you don't learn yourself, you can't learn anybody else. Learn yourself. So again, excuses. We all have them. But don't use excuses as a scapegoat for what you don't want to do or can't do. If you can't do it, find a way to do it later on. And compromise, ladies and gentlemen. If you really don't have time, compromise. Hey, well, can we do it this day or can we do it that day? Don't just blow it off. Because if it's really important to your partner and you keep blowing it off, They're gonna say, "Oh, you're just making excuses on why you can't be with me." Oh, and one last thing, bonus points, guys, bonus points. I was just told this today. Women want you to actually ask them to come over and, hey, why don't you come watch a movie with me, or why don't we go here? They want us to initiate. We don't think about it like that. It's like, well, hell, you want to come watch a movie? Just come watch a movie. Sometimes you gotta tell them, come over and watch a movie. It doesn't necessarily take money, guys. It's not always about money, but it is about your time. And if you make the excuse that you don't have time, guess what? You're going to find yourself by yourself. Well, that's it for Fly Guys Chronicle 2. I'm out.